Hi, I'm Mike Jones. I'm president and founder of West Kirkland Mining. Our strategy is to acquire major land positions near producing gold mines along the major trends and breaks. We establish management teams with a track record of discovery right in those belts, and we have strong institutional support to do disciplined exploration. An important part of our strategy is to control major land positions within a prolific gold belt. We also put people on the ground with experience and discoveries in those belts. In the Kirkland Lake area, Ken Crickleway manages our office there. He resides in Kirkland Lake, has a record of discovery in the belt, including drilling off a new mine immediately adjacent to us. He has over 20 years experience in the belt with major companies such as Barrick and Newmont. In Nevada, Richard Histad has joined us and based himself in Elko, Nevada, the heart of the Nevada Gold Belt. And he's running our regional office there and has experience with Barrick and other major companies in Nevada, including drilling off a major discovery in the south part of the Nevada Trend. Share capital structure is important to any growing company. With under 35 million shares issued and outstanding and over 55% institutional ownership, along with 20% insider ownership, we have a very strong share capital structure. We're focused on gold exploration in Nevada. If Nevada were a country, it would be the fourth largest gold producer in the world. The belts in Nevada are well known, but there's a new discovery that's really gotten a whole new area of Nevada excited for exploration. We entered Nevada on an original deal with Frontier. Frontier had been a very successful company, and we entered into 11 joint ventures. Just after our deal with Frontier, they were taken over for over $2 billion by Newmont. Subsequent to that transaction, we did a deal with a company called Rubicon that controlled an enormous land position in the new discovery area that Frontier was focused on. We're now one of the largest landholders in that new belt called the Long Canyon Trend. This is a new gold exploration area with new models. And our first phase of exploration is already finding substantial gold anomalies over miles and miles, or kilometers and kilometers, of our land position. We control about 1,100 square kilometers in Nevada, which is one of the largest belts I've ever controlled in my 25-year career. West Kirkland Mining is focused in the Kirkland Lake Camp, Ontario, along the so-called Cadillac Larder Lake Break. This break, or structure that controls the gold mineralization, has produced over 100 million ounces of gold over a 100-year history. A new discovery was made on the far western end of the belt called the Young-Davidson mine. That mine was the subject of a takeover bid by AuRico of a company called Northgate. That bid just closed at over $1 billion. In the Kirkland Lake camp itself, the Macassa mine has been the subject of new discoveries. And our land position is located between the Young-Davidson mine and the Macassa mine. In fact, we're drilling right up against the Macassa mine within 1.2 kilometers of their main shaft, the number 3 shaft. We're also drilling in the western part of the camp near the Young-Davidson mine. Ken Crickleway, our manager for the Kirkland Lake office, actually drilled off the Young-Davidson deposit for Northgate just prior to their takeover. Our focus in the Long Canyon Trend, Nevada in 2011 was on the Tug deposit. This is a gold deposit that was known from previous exploration going back into the 1980s. The new model in the Long Canyon Trend, focusing on northeast structures, was not known at the time of the historic drilling. We've been successful in our drilling in 2011 in expanding that deposit by drilling angled holes into the deposit and outside of it to the north. We now see in our structural model good northeast structural control that opens up new potential for that deposit. We're also calculating our initial resource on Tug using both the historic data and our new drilling information. The Bullion project is located in the Battle Mountain Trend of Nevada. This is one of the few districts that actually, in a limited area, has a 35 million ounce resource history. A new discovery called Pipeline in the 1990s was made by Placer Dome, then taken over by Barrick. The Pipeline deposit has a 14 million ounce reserve. It's located at the intersection of two structures, a flat thrust structure and a steep vertical structure. We're drilling just to the north of Pipeline, about 14 kilometers, and we're drilling for the exact controlling structures that are mapped at Pipeline. The potential of this area is highlighted in late 2011 with a new discovery by Barrick south of the Pipeline deposit. In the Long Canyon Trend, one of the focus areas in our enormous land position is the Lewis Springs area. Historic work identified a gold anomaly over 53 square kilometers. This gold anomaly was from stream sediment sampling and had seen limited follow-up. The Toano area, which is also part of our large land position, is located directly across the valley from the Long Canyon deposit. Initial mapping by West Kirkland found the exact host rocks that host the Long Canyon deposit are found at Toano. Also, the Toano area is cut by major northeast structures, and there are historic pits and gold showings along those structures. The 12-mile area, also in the Long Canyon Trend, will be a drill target this year. We're aware that Newmont has a drill program this year in 12 Mile, and we'll be focused on that area immediately adjacent to their land position. We actually control the largest land position within that 12-mile structural area. In the Kirkland Lake area, we're now at the point of focusing on specific three-dimensional targets. On the Cunningham break, we have a three-dimensional target that we've hit gold along this structure for about 4 or 5 kilometers. With drilling, we're now outlining the best grade thickness. We already have some spectacular intercepts like 16 grams over 5 meters, and we're now mapping in 3 dimensions with the drill the best grade thickness along that panel. Up near the Macassa mine on the northeast part of our land position, we're drilling a deep hole at a specific target that's been outlined underground at Macassa. We're extending this structure from underground at the Macassa mine to our land position in 3 dimensions, and we're drilling a deep hole to target the exact break that hosts gold at the mine. The founders of West Kirkland Mining have a track record of finding mines. This company in its first year is already very well established. We have a great shareholder base with strong institutional support. Over 50% of the shares are owned by senior institutions. On the ground, we have a great management team, also with a track record of finding mines in the very belts where they're working. We're really looking forward to 2012 and a very exciting year.